My name's Donna Bay Scott, and today I want to show you how to use the new party book. This is something that I've been working on, pouring my heart and soul into for about a month and a half, and I wanted to teach you how to use it. I've been in Mary Kay for 38 years, and back when I started, we had a flip chart that was about this size, and it told us what to say, and it had pictures in it. So we would open it up, I'd hold it like this, and I would show the pictures to the guests at my party, and then I would read. Actually, I learned to read upside down, and I would read it to them, and then I'd turn the page because it gave the order that we would do a party. And it was a wonderful tool for me. It was a wonderful crutch for me because I was scared to death when I started in Mary Kay. And you know, at the end of the party, it pretty much ended with putting on your lipstick and you were done. And I was so bad at sales at the time that I actually said, okay, we're finished. And I remember my very first party, the ladies, you know, they put their lipstick on and they got up from the table and they left because I told them we were finished. And the hostess took them downstairs because she had redecorated her basement and she was showing it to them, and I was throwing things back into my starter kit saying, I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. I can't sell anything. Well, one of the ladies walked up the stairs and she came to me in the kitchen and she said, now tell me again what store you represent. Where do we go to buy this? It's a wonderful product. I would love to buy some, but I just don't know where to go. I don't remember what you said. Well, I hadn't told them I represented a store at all. And I said, well, I have price lists here in the middle of the table, and over here I have order forms. All you have to do is take a price list and fill out the order form, and I've got product for you. You can take it home today. And they go, oh, okay. Well, as the other ladies came back, they started, you know, they were asking what she was doing, and I started selling product. I did sell product back then. Back when a foundation, I might tell you, was $1.50. So it was a long time ago, but I learned, you know, as I talked to my director about it, she said, Donna, you didn't close. Well, I didn't know how to close, and I didn't want to be a pushy salesperson. So I included in this party book, this is a flip chart, I included in it the table close and then the private consultation, everything that you need in order to you know, actually finish and sell the product. So I'm going to show you these things. This book is in a portfolio. Because there's 50 pages in the file, you need a portfolio that will handle at least, that will have at least 24 plastic pages. And I found this one. I love it. It's Avery brand. And what I like about it is I like the black frame around the front. And then it allows you to actually slip a page down the back of the front cover so that this can be your page one. And so actually I can have 40 or 50 complete pages in this using the front cover, front and back. I have a link on my website, and the website's going to be right below this video, and you can click on it directly and go to my web page that has the actual file so that you can print these. But if you use another portfolio, you may have to take a page out. But I found this portfolio online. I bought it at an office store here in my little small town. It was the only choice I had. For $7.50, which I thought was kind of pricey for a portfolio book, but I found the very same one by Googling the part number and the name of the book, and I found it for $3 and something, less than $4. And I even got free shipping, so I ordered in 10 more of them, and I think you can find it if you Google the part number. I did put a direct link, but I think the link is a little bit more expensive than if you Google it. At least that's what I've been told. So anyway, when you print the file out, and I would suggest it, you know, it does take a lot of color to print this, but you know what? I just printed on my home printer. I have a good printer. It's an Office Jet HP, and it prints great. And so I've printed these myself, but you can print it at Office Depot or FedEx office and get the Mary Kay discount. On that web page where the file is, I've given you the discount codes. So make sure if you haven't printed there that you use the correct code because it'll save you almost half on the printing of these. I believe it's around 29 cents a color copy for this, and you don't want it front and back. You just want single pages, and you know, so you can estimate times 50 pages how much it's going to cost you per book. You may want to start out with a book for yourself and then a couple for a double facial. They could share them at a party, and you could do 4 with 2 books. But I have a copy for every single guest at my party, and that's the secret. Back in the old days when we had a flip chart, I would hold it. I would hold it like this. I would read upside down, and the people right next to me could pretty much see the pictures, but those on the other end of the table probably couldn't see it very well, and they sat there and smiled at me, and, you know, even though they couldn't see and they couldn't read or what they were, you know, what I was reading, they just sat there politely, and I felt like I was giving a speech at speech class. But with this, the secret to this book is that you make one for every single guest at your party. And now I have printed out 10 of them. I have one for myself, and I can do 9 facials. I just did 10 facials the other day, so a couple of them had to share. But the secret to it is so that they can all have their own book to look at. So let me just go through the book, and then we'll talk about what we do with the book in a little bit. First of all, the very first thing I have them do is Satin Hands, so that's page number 1. And it tells them the product, the price, but it's there so that you don't forget Satin Hands. And then I've got satin lips here too, just because that's where it fit, even though I don't do it there. On this page, we're talking about Mary Kay, and all I read here, I don't read this. They could read it if they wanted to. It's how Mary Kay started and a little bit about her life, but right here, two or three sentences is all I read on this page. And then we go on. This is facts about our company, and you know what? Every one of these facts came off of Mary Kay In Touch or Mary Kay's corporate website. So you can trust that these are legally accurate claims. And then we have our car program, and they can see the car. Over here is social responsibility and our pink doing green and our recycling. You know what? Our company is awesome about all of that and all the things that we do, and so I call it, it's why we say we party with a purpose and we get cute for a cure. And I have been amazed at how many of the women are so impressed with our company because of our pink doing green. And so don't leave these pages out. You'll be impressed, especially with that Gen Y group. And here's the third page on that. And this even talks about our zero landfill designation. On this page, I didn't make this page, but I love it. I borrowed it, and I gave credit to the girl that made this page and my recruiting pages on my website, so you can see who that is and give her a high five for making these cute pages. But you want to put 2 pictures of your reason for being in Mary Kay, and then I've highlighted the 2 reasons over here, and I tell my story right here with this page. Over here, this page talks about why you want me as your Mary Kay consultant, and it gives the reasons that I became the benefits that I offer, the little perks that I offer my customers, and I just list them here. Now, what if you don't offer all these things? You could take this page and take it out and put in your own page, and with the perks that you would use. On this page, it talks about booking that personal color appointment, and this is basically the beginning of your booking. Oh, another thing, this page talks about I've received a certification as an advanced color consultant from Mary Kay. So you want to make sure you have completed those quizzes on InTouch so that you had that designation. This is my Hostess page called In the Bag Hostess. Book with me to fill up your roll-up bag free, and they get a free roll-up bag. It's Lauren Orr's Hostess Program, and I just really liked it because it's so simple. And I used her cute sheet that she made. I also then have the matching Hostess packet. There's several sheets in here, and this is the pre-party order envelope. And then on pinkprinting.com, a cute little website, you can get matching invitations. So that's my Hostess program. On this page, we're starting with product. And this page talks about the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Over here, I promote the oil-free eye makeup remover and tell them how to use it, even that you have to shake it. This is the Skin Vigor brush. I love that brush, and this talks about it removes makeup 85% better than cleaning by hand, and gives all the features and benefits down below. Now when you get to this page, you want to make sure that your book is laid out so that this is a 2-page spread. And it has our 4 skincare sets. Skincare for every age and stage. It starts with Botanical. Here's the Miracle Set, Time-Wise Repair, and Clear Proof Acne System. Now, when I get to this, I have them turn over to page 29. And I have numbered these pages, but I didn't number the file because you may want to shift them around, and I didn't want you to be limited by numbers. So if you can see, I have got little white rectangular labels, and I just used my ink pen and I numbered them and stuck them on the plastic. It's the little labels that you would mark a garage sale item. But on page 29, this talks about the Pore Purifying Serum. I absolutely love this product, and I refer them to this page because if they have that occasional acne, that occasional blemish, that maybe they're not in need of using the entire Clear Proof system, but they have those occasional blemishes, they can add this product to any of these other sets. And so I talk about that. I love that Pore Purifying Serum so much, I would have paid $50 for it. Don't tell the company. It is totally awesome. On this page, then, you go with whatever skincare system that they are using. If they decide, I kind of let them decide which system they think is better for them. I kind of consult with them, but I found that when they see what we have, they pretty much know which system that they should use. And let's say she started with repair. Well, on this page then, it promotes the repair, has the features and benefits right down here. It talks about the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, but on this page, it's the order of application. It's actually how you do a facial. And again, if you don't like my order of application, the way I do the Time-Wise Repair facial, that's all right. Make a new page for yourself and just slip it in there. But this is how I teach my consultants to do it. On this page, here's the before and afters that you've probably seen. They're very impressive, and so I put those in. And this page has an eye. That happens to be my husband's eye. And the before and the after he'd used firming eye cream for 3 months. It's very impressive. We've sold lots of eye cream because of this picture. So I put it in the book. Down here promotes sunscreen with this gentleman who's a truck driver and has sun damage on one side of his face. Now we're over to Miracle Set. This is the Miracle Set with the features and benefits and the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. But this page over here basically says that if you're using the Miracle Set plus supplements, because you have moderate signs of aging, usually for women around 35 to 50, and they're using several of these, then it might be time to move up to the Repair Set. And so that talks about all of these products are in these 5 steps. It makes it very simple. Then we go over here to microdermabrasion and firming eye cream. And Miracle Set plus these 2 equals the ultimate Miracle Set. And I've got it right here. That plus microdermabrasion plus firming eye cream equals the ultimate Miracle Set. And here's the order of application, or actually step by step by step, how to give a facial for the ultimate Miracle Set. Now, let's say you have a lady at your table who's Time-Wise Repair, and you have a lady at your table who's Miracle Set. You've got the different pages for them to look at. So this gal she can follow along. She can actually do the next step while you're helping this lady over here. So having the instructions for them to see too makes it very, very convenient. I did a party of 14 college girls. I went to a sorority and did 14. I would have gone crazy if I hadn't had these books, because I introduced the products, told them, the features and benefits from these other pages, and then I said, okay, here's the products, here's for dry skin, normal skin, oily skin, botanicals, and here's the acne, because that's the products that they wanted. All they had to do was follow along in the book. They did their own facials because I was just running around helping different people. But they weren't sitting and waiting. They were just going on because the instructions were right here. These 2 pages are, on the profile card when they mark certain things that they would like help with on their skin. Maybe they want a reduction in fine lines and wrinkles, or maybe they have a problem with dark spots. These 2 pages promote the products that correct those issues. Okay, then we have our botanicals, features and benefits, order of application. Clear proof. Features and benefits, order of application. So if you're a brand new consultant, all you have to do is read, okay, the first thing we're going to do is this. Second thing we're going to do is this. And you know exactly what to do and how to do it, and you can tell them. It's really easy if everyone's using the same product line, because then you just are reading along telling them what to do. Now you might say, well, what do they do with this book when they're doing their facial? I don't care what they do with the book. It's been open and we've gone through it until we get to the skincare. Then they put it aside, they put it down on the floor next to their chair or under their chair or sit on it. I don't care what they do. It's a non-issue. When we get, after we've applied our product, they pull that book back out and we close. So it's just very convenient. And you'll notice on every skincare program, I put the brush and the oil-free eye makeup remover. Now we get over here to our flawless finish. That's our foundations. It starts with foundation primer and concealer, and then all 6 types of our foundation are here. Over here is Dash Out the Door, and it's for a quick glamour look. I have mineral powder and I have the cream, so you can decide what you're going to show. I started with eye primer because sometimes I forget that, and I wanted it right at the top of the page so I would remember to talk about that. All 3 compacts are featured here. Also, I put, after I made my first book, this is probably my 5th edition of this book, and each time I used it, I saw something else I needed to add to the book. And one of the things was how to apply eyeshadow in a 3-step eye. And so that's right there. They've got a picture. They can look at it. They know what to do and how to do it. Before we complete the lips, we move over here, and here's mascara. And then we go from mascara over to satin lips. And I have them put on their lip mask. And while it's drying, we go down here to the gift of pampering, where they can use the back of the profile card. There are 7 lines on number 11 of the profile card, and they can gift 7 of their friends with the gift of pampering, and that's a way you can get referrals. After we've completed this, we go back over here and we put on lipstick or lip gloss. And then the next page, the next 5 pages or so, are recruiting pages. I told my eye story back over in the beginning when I had the 2 picture frames, but these pages, again, I didn't make these pages. One of these days when I have some time, I'm going to put my own pictures, but I figure we're all friends, and so these are my friends, my girlfriends. And here's the throne at seminar, and I have been amazed at how fascinated the ladies are with this. And so there's wonderful recruiting pages, including money that you can make. Here's the $100 starter kit, and listen for a lip gloss. And then we go back to the product. It says, let's review. Here's the start of your table close. Tonight before bedtime, and then you actually, what I have my consultants do and what I do myself is I take whatever skincare line we were working with, and if you're working with multiples, you'll just take one of them, and you'll say that tonight before you go to bed, you're going to cleanse your face. And I actually set the cleanser right there in front of them, and then the next step is night solution, and the next step is moisturizer, and then your eye cream, and you're ready for bed. Simple as that. And then it says in the morning you'll cleanse, and you go through day solution, moisturizer, eye cream, and then as much foundation and color as you choose. And over here, you want to read this too. It says 2 to 3 minutes tops. 2 or 3 minutes in the morning and 2 or 3 minutes in the evening for a lifetime of beautiful skin. You'll receive an order of application card. Now, I've made order of application cards for each of our skincare lines. And so at my party on Saturday, I had 10 facials. Now with the party book, it was easy to do 10 facials. Before this book, before everyone at the table had a book like this, had a flip chart, I would have gone crazy with 10. But this made it so simple. But one of the things I realized is that I had my order of application cards back in my starter kit, not over in the other room where I was doing my private consultations. So I came home and I made a little folio of the things that I needed: a calculator, an ink pen. But inside I put my order of application cards. Time-wise repair. I've got every one of them. You know, include every single one for all of our lines are in this portfolio, so that when I sell it to them, I've got the card to put right there in their bag. Okay, so we're reviewing. It's compliment time. It's time to take out the headband and fluff up the hair. And so everything that you need to say is right here for your table clothes. It's the things that I didn't know what to say at my beginning parties. And then everyone wants to know 3 things. How do Mary Kay products come? When can I get them? And how much are they? And so over here is a create a roll-up sheet. It's a closing sheet that has very few sets on it. I limited this page to the products that we've been showing. I don't have the other product lines on here, like fragrance and body care and sun care and things like that. It's Miracle Set, Ultimate Miracle Set, the Satin Set, Repair Set, Botanical Set, Clear Proof Acne. Here's the cleansing brush. I have 2 Dash Out the Doors. Dash Out the Door Mineral Set and Dash Out the Door Cream Set. And then the brush collection, and then the necessities. These are the things that I think everybody needs, like oil-free eye makeup remover, foundation primer, translucent powder, concealer, and the concealer brush. So very simple closing sheet with sets, and I'm promoting choose any 4 more sets to create your roll-up, and they can get a free roll-up bag. Now, if they book a party, they get a free roll-up bag with my Hostess program. So I would substitute on, you know, like a satin hand set if they book a party. You can do whatever Hostess program you want. Don't feel like you are locked into this one. Just pull it out, put in your own. Now, after you've shown the sets, you want to transition into a private consultation. And I used to not know what to say there either. So I made a page, what to say, and you just read it. It starts out, what can I put in your bag? In fact, I took word for word off of the company's new, brand new DVD. And little Mia that was on that DVD, these are what the words she said at the very end of her party. And then I want them to go with me. And even if they have no other reason to go visit with me, like they have no intentions of purchasing anything, I want them to come visit with me because they need to pick up their goodie bag. And so here's your goodie bag, and I tell them, you know, step by step what to do. Now, the back of the pages, I have just color reference things they can look at, but also it's reference for you. This sheet right here is you probably recognize it. It's from InTouch, and as the company updates it, I will update these. But just go, I believe it's under Party Tools possibly, but the company has a sheet. It needs to be updated every time we have new colors, and we just have to wait until the company does that. This page, I put this in because we're doing a personal color appointment for their second appointment. Now you could enter it into the virtual makeover and come up with some suggestions based on what they filled out on their profile card, their hair color, their foundation shade, their eye color, their face shape, and all that. But if you need something even more simple, you could do this. Hazel eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes. Tells you where the eyeshadow goes and gives you the colors for, you know, recommended colors for that. So that's a simple little crutch if you need that. This is a company page about the mascaras. I did make this one with the brush set in the back because I wanted to add, you know, the brush cleaner and our additional brushes. So every person has their book, and I'll tell you, I've done many facials since I started making this, and I've changed it and changed it. My consultants have said, are you finished with it yet? And so I think I am. I think it's in the order that I want it to be in for myself. I always make things for myself and for my consultants, and I think this will work for you too. Now, here's the second part. This is my instructor's guide, because I realized as I was going from page to page in that book, there had to be a transition sentence, and I thought, if I were a new consultant, I would not know what to say to transition from page to page. So I started out by making little sticky notes. Well, I didn't want to write them by hand, and so then I just designed some on my computer that were yellow, and we cut them out and we taped them onto the plastic, and all these pages had these little fluttery sticky notes. And one night it just dawned on me, I could actually embed those sticky notes into the file, and so that became the instructor's guide. It's just like the other book, except it's got notes for you, things for you to say on each page. For instance, this one says, welcome to the party and thank the hostess. And you want to have introductions, and so you want to ask them their name, their occupation, ever tried Mary Kay before, how do you know the hostess? And before we try the products, I want to tell you a little bit about Mary Kay and the company and a little bit about me. And, you know, and then it refers you on down to reading just this one panel, and then you turn the page. If a page does not have a sticky note on it, that means you read the page as it is. Over here on the car page, they're looking at the cars, but you're talking about the career path, the car program in Mary Kay. And over on the social responsibility, it's got a little transition, things to say about this page before you start reading the page. So each of these pages have things, and you can see that even on this page, I went ahead and I said, you know, I wrote teacher by hand because I wanted to remember to tell them I was a teacher before I became a Mary Kay consultant. And then I've got arrows drawn and extra little things written right onto my instructor's guide. So when we get over to this page right here, you see I've put a sales ticket. And that's to remind me to talk about the sales ticket beside their page. And I learned this from doing this because I had girls get to the end and they go, oh, I had something that I wanted to make sure that I remembered, and they're thumbing through the book and they can't remember what that product was. So I decided the sales ticket was great. So I take this out and I tell them, this looks like a sales ticket, but it's not. It's your wish list. And I want you to put it right beside your tray, and every time we come to a product that you go, oh, I want to remember that, I want you to write it down because I found that you won't remember at the end. So just use this as a wish list. And so that is in my book. We keep moving over to, and you see I've got arrows drawn and things circled because I want to remember to talk about them. I put some little yellow or some little highlighter stickers on here. When we get over to the recruiting, one of the things I do is candy bar marketing. And it's really fun. There's a video, cute little video that was done by Lauren Orr, and I have the link to that on the same page, on my webpage. But instead of using candy bars, years ago when I did candy bar marketing, I went and bought all the little candy bars. I had a jillion candy bars because I'd buy the bags for at Halloween for the little miniatures. I decided I was tired of carrying bags of candy and sacking them up, and so instead I made just pictures of candy bars. And on the back of the candy bars, the pictures, I write my cheat sheet. So the things that I want to remember to say about each candy bar is just written on the back. So that's handy. Now, on this page, as we talk about the candy bar marketing, you will see, you will refer them to these different pages in here. And one of the things I've done is I've stuck a picture of myself in here on National Queen's Court of Sales, just so that they know it's real. And you can put pictures of yourself receiving a prize, you know, at a meeting, or a Star Consultant prize that you've won, so that they know, you know, this is legitimate. Then after we get, you know, I weave my iStory in among those the candy bar marketing. When I get over to the last recruiting page, I have these clipped here, and I have enough of them for every person at my table. So they're just very handy, and it's the Candy Break quiz. They fill this out, and then you do a door prize drawing right then for that. Then I want to bring them right back to reviewing the product like we talked about earlier, and we go over here to this, and at this point, I have these clipped here, and again, I have enough of these for everybody in my party. And this is products I tried today. Back in, you know, a long time ago, beauty books were much larger. We had a lot fewer products, and I would have everyone turn to the back of the beauty book where all of our price lists, all the lists of the products and the prices were listed, and I would have them pick up their pen, and I would say, Susie, you used the Time-Wise Repair today, and Jane, you used the Miracle Set in combination to Oily, and you were using the Acne, the Clear Proof Acne, and I would go around the table and tell everybody, and they would mark it on their little beauty book. Well, our beauty books today are so small, and that printing, there's so many more products and the printing small, I found it hard for me to tell them to do it, because it's like, okay, it's on the second column 3/4 of the way down, you know, and they were having a hard time finding it. And then for me to do it during our closing took me a little bit of time, and I really liked doing it around the table. So I made this sheet. It has only the products on there that we tried today or that are referenced in the party book. And so I hand one out to everybody, and I go around the table and tell each person, you know, what to mark. And if I find somebody, like the very first thing on here says Satin Hand Set, because that's the first thing we used. And then I've got Satin Lip Set, and Oil-Free Eye Makeup Remover, and the Cleansing Brush. Those were the first 4 products that were in the book. And so I have a pen for everyone. And if I find somebody not marking, I will pick up, I'll say, okay, where's your pen? Oh, here it is. Now, just put a check mark right there. And so that gets them started writing, because, and I make sure I tell them this is for you to take home, so you have a record of everything that we tried today. I want them to put their name on it. There's a place for their name up here. Maybe that's the old school teacher in me, but I found if they leave a paper on the table, if you know whose name it is, you could even mail it to them if they forgot it. But all of our products, the skincare sets are here, the eye creams, the foundations, the color products, everything is on the sheet that's in the book. And I just gave a facial a few minutes ago. And when I said, I have a paper for you to fill out of everything you used today, she goes, oh, great. And she immediately was looking for her pen so she could fill this out, and I just went down, and she said, I'm glad you remember my foundation color. And what I do with foundation, if I have a party, I'll say, you used Ivory 2 Matte, you used Luminous Beige 3, and usually I can remember when we're right here at the party still. And or I've told them, now yours Beige 3, and together we can remember. And so get that written down right away if you don't already have it on the profile card. So that's what that page is. And then the rest of the pages in the book, as I said, are referenced for you. And on the very back page, on the sticky notes, I'm trying to remember if I have that still, but there's a closing sheet. You can actually just tape that to the back of your own guide to tell you exactly what to say at a private consultation. So it's really a helpful book. If you have any questions, I think all of the instructions, anything you might have a question with, might be answered on my website, on the page that the files can be found. You have my permission to print them, and I hope this video has been helpful to you. Bye-bye.